Hello riders or not. Today on the vlog, finally, I have Moto Guzzi V7 Stone. First time I spotted Moto Guzzi V7 Stone in Cyprus. And I interviewed the owner, who was absolutely in love with his bike. He's riding all around Cyprus on it, and he said he's never bored. That bike makes him want to ride it more and more. And that made me hooked. Also, as him very kindly offering me to have a little spin in the very center of Nicosia, just in the car park without a helmet. So it was just to feel the engine and to feel that vibration, very similar to something that I love on BMW R90.
She looks happy. She looks very happy.
Most probably you will hear me mentioning BMW R90 and my Sportster quite a lot, because to me this bike is something that I like about the other two bikes combined and put into one. And very luckily I got a black color. Absolutely love it. If I would get it, that would be the color I would go for. And guys, straight away from the shop, it looks amazing. Straight away you can ride it without thinking to change things instantly. Very nicely, firmly made bike as well. I mean, Italians, they know what they're doing with the motorcycles. The design, the quality, I love it. I'm 1 meter 75 centimeters, 5'9", not 6'9", and as you can see, it fits me like a glove. Just perfect sitting position, which I discovered in Cyprus as well. Everything handlebars is quite upright. It's nice. It reminds me R90 a lot, more R90 than my Sportster, the sitting position. It's great. It feels like you can do miles and miles on it and not get tired because you're not leaning too much. It's just perfect sitting position. Brembo levers, easy to reach, easy to control everything with my little hands. All the controls are in the right placements. Everything is very simple. It has 3 modes. You can switch off traction control completely. You can have a little bit of a traction control and full traction control. I will start and probably remain with the full traction controls because the roads are wet. And this is the dealership bike I'm borrowing. It's not a press loan, so I have to be extra careful with it. I'm borrowing the bike from Moto Techniques near Ipswich, only for 1 day. I asked for an advice where to go, and I will try to cover all the roads and all the speeds to properly feel it and tell you how it is to ride it in a very sunny UK, about 9 degrees Celsius today, very windy, but we will see. If we can ride it in this weather, we can ride it and enjoy it in any weather. Without the further ado and wasting any more time, I'm ready to gear up and to ride it. You know, with a side stand, it's something, it's a detail which is actually very important on some bikes. I'm not mentioning the brands, but I own one of them. It's very strange when you put it, you're not sure when it's all the way down, and I heard quite a few people drop their bikes because of that. This one has extension, and it's nice and easy to reach, and you can feel that the bike is standing on the stand. To lift it up, it's also quite easy, and it's just behind the exhaust, so it's a nice placement. To start the bike, it's very simple. It has that vibration. See? It vibrates sideways. I love it. Reminds me so much of BMW 090. Also, with a cup of tea, I just checked that the rear shocks are adjustable and the front shocks are not. So that's what I found so far about the suspension. We will test it on the road in a minute. Okay, let's feel it. Yeah, nice and easy. Okay, the clutch is at the tip a little bit, but it's so nice and nimble. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, it's clanking! Could you hear it? When you change the gear, you can hear the clank just like on the Harley. Oh my god, I love it. I love that about the Sportster, and this has the same. Okay, looking where to go this way. Brilliant. Oh my god, I love it. It is very windy today, but as you can see, I'm on the dual carriageway and picking up the speed nice and easy. Couldn't even notice. The mirrors are nice and big, so I can see everything in them. 70 miles per hour, as you can see, it reaches with no problem in the 5th gear. The main power at the low range is not that much of a main power comparing with the other two V-twin that I'm riding, but around the middle it's a sweet spot and it's great. It has that grunge and it has that vibration sideways that you barely notice, but it is here and adds a lot of character to the bike. Most probably all you can hear is the wind noise. Not that much of a bike, unfortunately. But hopefully you can hear some. I'll just lean down so you can hear a little bit more. Oh my god, I love it. It's great. I like this as well because for somebody like me who forgets to switch them off, because I'm so used to them switching off automatically. Clank clank, love it. It is lightweight. If I remember correctly, it's 198 kilograms, but has this character of a lot heavier bike that I have, and it's more like a heritage naked kind of thing. It's hard to compare it with anything. I'm trying to think now about all the bikes that I rode. Maybe XXR a little bit, as I said, maybe a little bit of the R90. Definitely can't compare it with the V-twin that I ride. It's totally different riding experience. Is so much lighter, so much more nimble. It does all the job on the turns that needs to be done, and it's a lot easier to ride. I have to check my speed as well. It's a digital clock, easy to see everything, but at the same time, because you're sitting upright, even it is quite big, it's not on the way for you. It's not distracting at all. We have 11 degrees outside. Doesn't feel like it. It is so nice and nimble. It's so much fun to ride it. Seriously, that's one of the most fun mid-range bikes I rode, because it has so much character, which is not on the way, let's say that way, because sometimes a lot of character makes riding a little bit more difficult, which I don't mind, but a lot of new riders and a lot of old riders, they don't like it. People like bikes doing everything they have to do, stopping and turning and being nimble and being easy to ride, and this one is still simple. It's still very simple, but it has traction control, and this is important for everyone's safety. The roads are full of cars, full of bad drivers, and especially if you want to ride all year round, this is definitely an advantage, having traction control, which you can switch off, and then you can have your skids and be a little bit more of a hooligan. It can be that only bike. It can be the bike you start with and you will never grow off. It can be. It definitely can. Not many bikes are like this, because some bikes that are easy to ride you can get bored of, whereas this one can be that one. I don't think you will get bored of it if you'll have one. That little grunge, it's amazing, and it's so nice round bends. I can see what's the fuss is about Moto Guzzi, and yeah, it's brilliant. Here we go, and this is another bike that I would add to my garage once again. I'm obviously getting in trouble by taking for a ride the bikes that I know I will probably like by doing my research and going by your recommendations as well, because a lot of you asked me to test ride Moto Guzzi, and after I spotted it in Nicosia and spoke with the owner, I wanted to ride it so badly, and I'm so glad I did. I hope that once I will have some time, I will have the opportunity to ride it more than just for a day, to have it for a longer trip, and it will be not from the dealership. I hope so, that one day I'll have that opportunity, because I really would like to properly just ride it for a longer journey and to see how it is to be with one for longer. But my first impressions is great. It's absolutely great. So I found a little motorcycle shop around here, and they recommended me, John from Motorcycle Shop recommended me to have tea at this pottery tea room and shop. But before that, guys, I decided to show you that how to lock handlebars when you park your motorcycle, because I found this one is slightly tricky and all the bikes are a little bit different. So it says push, and oh, this time it works, but before that I pushed it and it didn't go. It stopped around here, and I just moved the bars a little bit, and that made a huge that made a difference and let me lock the bars, which are locked now, so I could feel that I can safely leave the motorcycle. I've been told that this is a nice, very friendly area and a very friendly place, and the bike will be safe one. I'm having my cup of tea at the Teapot Tea Room. Then you can paint your own pottery here as well, which I'm not doing today because it's all about the Moto Guzzi. I'll have a cup of tea, guys, and then afterwards I will talk about the bike a little bit more, but I am utterly impressed.
To be close like before. Put it on your table.
I mean, I like it. So far, I like it. I don't know how I would feel after riding it for a month or so, but I believe, as much as I trust my first impressions normally, most of the times, 99.9% of the times, they work. Very rarely I don't like the bike and then I grow with it. And sometimes I don't like it at the beginning and I don't like it at the end. And sometimes I don't like it at the beginning and I don't like it at the end. In this case, I like it to start with. I think it is brilliant for a beginner rider to start with. You can do an A2 license restriction here in UK. So if you are a starter rider, just passed your license and you underage and have A2 license, you can ride this as well. And as I mentioned, it can be your only bike. You might don't ever want to part with it. It can be your second bike. It can be your easy commuter. I can't tell you guys how it is to live with one. I can't tell you guys how rusty it goes. I can't tell you how it is to maintain one and live for longer. But the shop I took it from, they have a garage and they working on every single brand, every single model. And I will ask a tricky question. I will ask how many people bring them back and how much is the service, if they will share that information. If not, you'll have to research by yourself, just call them. But hopefully they will. I will ask how much it is to maintain it and to keep it and to have it for yourself, and how difficult it is to work on it comparing with other models and other motorcycles, because some Italian brands can be quite tricky and quite expensive to own. And we will find out if Moto Guzzi is one of them or not. It is air cooled and I couldn't feel any extra heat coming from it, which makes a big difference. So I believe in the hot countries it is suitable as well. And now guys, sorry, I'm gonna shut up because I want to ride a little bit. I don't have that much opportunity and I just want to have fun. That wasn't much, but it was fun. Like, love the sound of a clutch. I think this is one of my favorite features because I knew about the engine vibration because it's sticking out, and that R90 feeling of it, but I had no idea that the clutch has this, I don't know, old school feeling of it. I don't know how to call it, but this clucking of a clutch makes me happy. I like it. And you definitely know when you change the gear. You know, it's not the biggest bike and it feels small and nimble. Still 850cc, it's a lot. but I feel badass on it. Maybe it's because it's black. Maybe because of a sitting position. It fits me and I feel badass on it. Maybe because it's a sound, or maybe because of the V-twin I'm in love with. That feels really badass motorcycle. I love it. I love it, guys. Approved by Tom Burbit, that's for sure. Clack, clack. So after a couple hours of negotiating, now I have Mark in the camera, who
Hi.
willingly will answer the questions about Moto Guzzi V7, the questions that I can't tell you. The first question is about the maintenance of a motorcycle, about the services. How often, roughly, how much is the cost, and do you do that here? All the things about the service.
So the first service is like 900 miles. On that check we have to check the valves. The second service would be every year or every 6,000 miles. Again, the valves need to be checked at 6,000 miles. And
But
then
not
at
every
12
year?
Not every year. If you don't do the mileage, you don't check the valves. It'll be
Okay.
just an annual service.
Okay, and it obviously affects the time that your technician spends.
So we're £90 an hour here. However long it takes is what we charge, and then obviously oil, all your sundry parts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And another question is an upgrade. Do people upgrade it, and do you know if it is possible to upgrade the engine, add a little bit more of torque, add a little bit more of horsepower?
Okay, so there is a company called Mistral, and they do exhausts for it. As a rule, they're only N cans, so you wouldn't need to do any engine remapping. I think there's companies out there that can tweak the ECU just to adjust the fueling, but you'd have to do your own research on that.
Okay, so it's no common changes, no big bore kits that you know of, and no something that all the people do like we do with Harley Davidsons, for example.
No one does that sort of stuff on these new V7s.
Who is the buyer? Who comes through the? You said that you're selling quite a lot. Who comes through the door most commonly and buys V7?
So I would say anyone from sort of 50 years old up to 75. Having said that, I've sold a couple of bikes to people at 26 and 28 years old. So Moto Guzzi is certainly a brand that's going to appeal to more people now. So definitely.
Why so? Why do you think so?
Marketing, I think. The bikes look cool. Ease of maintenance, because every Moto Guzzi is shaft driven. People sometimes just don't want to be tinkering in the garage, doing chain adjustments and lubing a chain after every ride, stopping the chain from going rusty. You haven't got any of that with this, because it's shaft drive. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That's all right,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
I'll show people around your shop, and I'll show what other bikes you have here.
Lovely.
And maybe next time I'll come back and ride something else.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you so much for your time.
Cheers, thank you.
Now guys, I want to show you a little bit around the dealership. It is from Ipswich going towards Bury St Edmunds on A14, very easy access, and that is how I found it. I came to the service for petrol and I noticed this place, and I remembered when I was buying my bike, Moto Guzzi was here. So I popped in, asked the guys and the owner of the shop, and they agreed for me to borrow it for a day and to do a review on the V7. I believe that I'll come back to review some other bikes, very interested in some Aprilias as well. So on this section there are all the Piaggio group, which is Vespas, Aprilias and Moto Guzzi, and on the other side it is Yamaha. Also they have a workshop here, which I've been told is a very busy workshop. Hello. It doesn't look that busy at the moment. Oh, we have a girl in the workshop. Amazing. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. And full range of helmets upstairs. Let's have a look. I actually need a new helmet, new filming helmet, which is comfortable and suitable. Look. I hope you enjoyed this review. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like and leave the comment because that helps the algorithm. If you're in the area and you're looking for any Piaggio group motorcycle or the Yamaha, this is the place for you to come. Very friendly shop, very nice people. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one.